Good evening, everybody. Welcome to this live stream. I'm really excited because I told you guys earlier today I was going to have a special guest with me, and I have my very good friend who has become like my sister, Kisha Hicks, with me today. So, what we're going to do is this is something a little different. So, I've been talking to you guys over the last couple of weeks about needing the proper systems and processes in place in your business. And I wanted you to hear what happens when you actually implement and do that from someone who's done it with me. So this is
Mhm.
Kisha. She's going to introduce herself, and then I'll let her tell you guys her story.
Hey everyone, Cena, thank you so much for having me. I'm down like four flats with you. Like for
Yes.
real, ride or die, right? But no, I'm so happy to be here and talk about all things moving like these businesses like forward. And
Mhm.
my specific business is a career coaching business. And so one in which, yes, I have a 9 to 5, and yes, I'm trying to do this business too. And without Cena, I don't know. So yes.
So me and Keisha met. We were in another group coaching program. Shout out to our coach. She is amazing. Um,
Amazing.
amazing. And we met in a program, and basically what happened was like we clicked as business besties first. And
Hmm.
so we kind of, when you guys get with your business bestie, you start figuring out how you guys can help each other, right? And so what ended up happening was Keisha was like, "I'm your person. I need help with my back end, and I'm trying to figure out this whole hiring thing and all of that." So,
Hmm.
so Keisha, basically, can you share first and foremost, like, what was your hesitations of putting processes in place for your particular business?
I think the thing is that um I have been doing everything so manually that to put a process in or to put a system in, it's like, wait a minute, that's like completely overwhelming. Because like, you and I talking, I'm like, sometimes I'm like, I have no clue
Yeah.
like what I'm missing. And so I think that was the biggest hesitation. It wasn't so much like I can't do it. It's like I don't know what I'm gonna be missing. Like, I just know what's working for me and what's been band-aiding me along the way. And it's like that was the biggest hesitation is like, how do I know what to put in place? How do I know when? And really like the real how. Like, because I'm all the time like seeing how in the world do
Yeah.
I do this? So
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. And I know that's the thing. A lot of times when it's like, well, what I've been doing this far is working, right? Like, why do I
Hmm.
really? But then the thing about it is, and this is the case with most people that start working with me in High Side of Higher Great Help, it's like when you grow, the way you were doing it doesn't work. So
Absolutely.
what you
Absolutely.
right, like what you did with 10 clients is not about to help you when you get to 30.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Right. And
Mm-mm.
so what was that like? What was that like for you, Keisha? Like when we started working together and we really put a process in place for like how you did your content, right? Like we really put a process in place for making sure like your business was reaching more people, but you really had more time for yourself and for your family and for your clients. What was
Yeah.
that like for you? And like what were some of the outcomes that came from us doing the work we did together?
Yeah. I think the first thing was like, first of all, you completely amazed me. I remember we were like on a mastermind call and you started talking about repurposing content. And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, what? And you were like, oh yeah, I can do this. And I create 1,025 million pieces of content. And I was like, from one video? And you were like, from one video. And I was like, no, show me. And so then you like completely broke it out for me. And you were like, look, and this is how you can do it. And if you do this and you do this, and I was like, whew, it completely went over my head. And at that
Mm-hmm.
time, I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
But one of my mentors, long time ago, told me I don't have to know how to do everything. I just got to know the right people. And so, boy, am I glad that I know you because you are the right person for this. Okay. And so, one thing that you and I really started working on was like really taking like my videos because I am nobody's tech person. Like, it's weird because I can think about stuff strategically for
Yep.
everybody else. But when it comes to my business, it's kind of like, I guess because I'm in the weeds and I'm
Yeah.
so far in the program that I couldn't see. And so it was so helpful for you to like say, okay, wait a minute. Well, what if we repurpose this and we do it this way or that way? And just the way that you are able to pull out stuff from content makes it so much easier for me, right? It has allowed me to have so much more time. And it's like, time to put back into my program, time to like actually do the things that are revenue generating for my business. right? And like, not saying that back end stuff is not revenue generating, but that's not how I make my money. My money
Mhm.
comes when I'm in my program, when I'm doing my actual videos. And it's like, hire great help has allowed me to have that time to be able to do those things. And not to mention, it's like, I also have time for my kids. I have time for my family now. And I'm not trying to figure out how to like create brand new stuff every single time, right? And even thinking about my processes, because like you and I are working through my processes right now and figuring out
Mhm.
how to streamline those things, right? It's all about me getting time back. And time, to anyone that is trying to transition from a 9 to 5 to like, full time, time is a premium for real.
For
So
real.
yes, you've given me my time back.
Yes. Oh, and that means so much. 'Cause I
Reclaiming my
remember,
time.
yes, and I remember the days you was like, "Oh my gosh," you. It's a lot of days where like you had to go in your prayer closet. You had to figure out how you was going to do it. You was at work trying to figure out what you was going to do for the business. It was just a lot, and so that means a lot that we were able to do that together. So
Yeah,
last thing, because I speaking of time, I know you're busy. Last thing.
I'm always on the move. I am always on the move. But it's like, you know what? My time is a premium and it's important. And like I said, you've helped me to get it back a whole lot.
I appreciate you being here with me. Listen, last thing, like, would you recommend somebody join Hire Great Help? And if so, why?
Absolutely. Here's the thing about hiring great help. Like I said earlier, it's not about you having to know everything. And I think that that's the thing, is that we think, especially when we start our businesses, that we have to know everything about our businesses. And at first, you know what, from a budgetary, keep it real, from a budgetary standpoint, like it might be like, you know what, I can't afford. You might be thinking that I can't afford to hire someone to help me. But I will tell you this from my HR perspective. If you're going to hire someone, make it a great hire, right?
Mhm.
Make it like you are hiring the right kind of people, the right kind of organizations that can help you even more. And so, um, who would I recommend hire great help to? If you are I looked at myself as being a solopreneur. I'm not anymore because I got a team now.
Yes,
But but
ma'am.
but and thank you that you're part of it. But if you are a solopreneur and you are in a space now where like you hustled, say, to $50,000 in revenue, maybe you hustled to 60, you hustled to 70, but now you exhausted. The hustle is really exhausting to you, and you are trying to figure out, like, you know what? How do I take my business to six figures? How do I really start to think about my exit strategy? How do I start to do these things, but on this limited capacity that I have, and that capacity being your time? And here's the thing, even know the know-how on how to do some of this stuff. I would definitely say that hire great help is for you, because hire great help is going to help you, at the very least, is going to help you to get your systems in place, your systems, your processes, and your workflows. Because as you're getting your systems and your processes and your workflows in order, like, that is time that you are going, I promise you, it is reclaiming your time. It is time that you are able to devote to those other revenue generating ideas that can actually scale and grow your business even more.
Yes.
It's going to give you time to be creative and not frustrated, because that's the thing too. I found myself so like frustrated at times. It's like, how do I do this quicker? Right?
Yeah.
It's only me. How do I do this quicker? How do I do this more effective? And so, hire great help helps me do that. Right? It helps me to do things quicker. And also, it's wonderful because, like, if you are like me and you're so in the weeds in your business, it allows someone outside of your business to give you some insight on what can take your business to the next level. And sometimes that outside opinion is important, and sometimes that outside opinion can come from somebody in your house.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
learned that one, right? Because they want to tell you what you can do and what you can't do, and you like,
Mhm.
but no, you don't know. But it's
Yep.
always good to have someone in your corner, and that's what I always feel like too. Is like, yes, Cena and I are like sister besties, whatever now. But it's kind of like, even then, even without that, like, I feel like you are in my corner, and you want to see my business win just as much as I want to see my business win. And so, if that's you, if you are like frustrated right now, trying to figure out, like, you know what, I'm doing this and now I'm getting overwhelmed, don't be overwhelmed. Get help, but hire
Yeah.
great help if you're gonna do it. Like, get help, but
Yeah.
get the right help.
Yes. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for coming and like sharing your experience. I hope that encouraged somebody who was sitting on the fence and thinking they about to go launch their new program in the new year without getting anything done in the back end of your business. It's not a good idea. It's not going to get you to where you want to be with your goals this year. So Guys, just remember the applications for higher grade help close in a couple of days. Send me a DM, get in contact with me if you want to be a part of this. Kisha, if they're interested in you and the Elevate Her, where can they contact you and find you at?
Okay, so I have this beautiful website that don't nobody use because I don't even use it. But I will tell you that and I was on a podcast yesterday, which is another thing that now I have time to do, right?
Right.
I was on a podcast yesterday, and now there's someone to come right in my face. But I was on a podcast, and I was telling them the best way to find me is on LinkedIn. That is where I am connecting the most with people, and that is where I'm having tons of conversations with people. So if you want to find me, you can definitely find me there on LinkedIn. Kisha Hicks is my government name on the good LinkedIn, but you can find me there.
Okay. Thank you guys so much. And I'll see you for the next video. Bye.